I'm Marny Nesher, publisher of the Central New York Business Journal, and I'd like to welcome everyone to our latest CNY Business Journal interview series. Please stay up to date by viewing our website daily at CNYBJ.com for the news and impact that the coronavirus is having on every business in Central New York. Your subscription to the Central New York Business Journal is more vital than ever. If you're not currently a subscriber, please sign up by going to our website again at CNYBJ.com. Now I'd like to introduce Dennis Sick, owner of Mohegan Manor, a local restaurant and event facility located in Baldwinsville. Dennis, thank you for joining me.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Dennis, tell us more about Mohegan Manor, if you would, and what you specialize in.
Well, we are in a beautiful historic Ward Wellington Ward facility. We've been here since 1990. Went through several transitions over the years. We do weddings, a lot of corporate events, special events, graduation parties, and we have a very exciting and full year coming up, hopefully, if things turn around here. With our new model that we had switched back in November to going back to private membership for our dining club, but open to the public for the events and events and everything else. And we are luckily most of our weddings that we booked this year, our new model was 50 to 70 person weddings. Obviously, with the situation now, a lot of these weddings had people would be traveling that wouldn't. So if they do a 50 person limit, we should be very happy with all those. And luckily, we've only had one bride out of maybe 40 postponed so far. Everyone else has crossed their fingers and hoping that starting June 27th to the end of the year that there'll be weddings going on every week here, sometimes 2 or 3.
Great. Can you tell me what other businesses do you own or invest in?
Well, the only other thing we've done in recent years, I have 11 Airbnbs in town now that we offer to a lot of our brides and visiting folks. That's been very prosperous as we've had a lot of people relocating, a lot of people that came back. We had earlier in the season, we had a lot of people who came in quarantine for several weeks when they came back. Parents brought their kids back in and put them in quarantine. But now we've got people who have been relocated to the area and are either trying to sell their home from Dallas or Washington and trying to buy some here. So they're doing 2-month, 3-month stays until they can get reacclimated to the area. So it's been very nice. It's been a lot of fun. With the shutdown here, I've gotten a lot of work done on them, upgraded bathrooms and kitchens and everything.
So what phase is your restaurant falling into in regards to the reopening? Is that considered phase 3?
I believe so. It's still a little sketchy for me. I'm hoping that they advance quickly because I think the sooner they advance, the slower the impact's going to be. The longer they wait, I think then people are going to rush out. I think there's still people will be cautious, so it'll be a nice slow go to start with.
And how are you currently preparing to reopen when you do get the green light?
Well, the nice thing about Mohegan Manor with our membership, I could tell you back on February 14th who was here, how long they were here, who else was here while they were here. So, and then even our spacing, we operate at most at 25% seating capacity now. Our tables are very, very spread out. We always have operated that way. We're designed really to be a low volume, high quality restaurant, even though we do have kids meals and pastas and pizzas and burgers. But the membership appreciates that separation and knowing everybody knows everybody, and it works out very well.
So you have a trackability system, is some kind of tracing system as well?
Yeah,
okay.
Because everybody is using their member card, so that when they come in, we know exactly when they came in, we know exactly when they left. So it would be, I could map out an entire day at any given point.
Okay, and then can you share if you were able to take advantage of any stimulus?
Because we had scaled back on our regular labor force, we were eligible for a very small amount, and are going to simply, we've kept core staff here doing projects, but our takeout business has been I'm very, very pleased with it. And we had, again, part of our change was we had already planned on enhancing our membership deliveries and takeout food for our members. So we had already had all the supplies, the really nice microwavable plates and everything for that. And our next thing that we were adding, which we're going to be adding now, is we actually are going to have you'll be able to order steaks or veal chops or some of the high-end premium stuff that we bring in from Philadelphia.
So you were able,
uncooked.
okay, so you were able to continue by offering food people for takeout. That's how you were able to continue. You were able to keep some of your employees on during that period of time. So what do you see when you can reopen? Are you going to continue with your takeout options in addition?
Yeah. Yes, that was always in our plan, even prior to this. We offer something more unique that a lot of your restaurants don't offer. I mean, a lot of healthy, gluten-free, keto-friendly, vegetarian. We don't really fry anything. We have a 1-gallon deep fryer to do our calamari steak, which is very popular. But other than that, the kids' French fries, we don't really do much in fried food. Everything transports, quite beautifully, and it's worked out. Even with Grubhub, who does grab a big piece, but we're getting a lot of Grubhub orders, and they're $75, $100, $125 orders. So it's, there are people who are looking for that anniversary night dinner, or the lobster tail, or the T-bone steak, or the big strip. Last week we delivered several of the tomahawk steaks, which are a 34-ounce, 2-foot bone. Steak, and getting raving reviews from everybody that it's kind of breaking up the monotony of eating pizza and wings.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So you talked about the events that, in general, as of now, you really haven't had any cancellations for your events that are going to be taking place over the summer. How do you anticipate your social distancing with that? Are you saying that it's easily done because you have so much space, or?
Yeah, we're 20,000 square feet, 4 floors. Our wedding dining room is good for up to 160. Well, we're doing 50 now, so if we're doing 50. But obviously with weddings, there will be people sitting at tables. They're mostly family. I think you're going to see a lot of the weddings are going to size down to be more family events or whatever. So. If that opens up, and like I say, they've been very optimistic and willing to relocate their events to next winter if necessary. But everybody's kind of sitting tight and crossing their fingers that all is going to be, all is going to be good.
So what else? Sorry, go ahead.
We've lost a lot of retirement parties. We had a bunch of graduation parties that moved off. We had Jordan Elbridge senior prom. They moved to October, hoping that by then that'll be fine. And so it's been really, people have been quite wonderful about relocating their events.
Now, what about the liability of opening? Do you have any additional insurance that can cover you if someone should get sick on your premises, or?
Well, I can't really answer that intelligently because I haven't. Life is a liability, and we're going to. We have lots of bathrooms, and we keep them clean. We have sanitizer units that by all the doorways throughout the building that were here before, the Purell or soft touch type of thing. So I think people are very cautious. They're gonna wash their hands, clean their hands. I think one thing that's going to go away and is the whole concept of brunches, buffets, I think anywhere. However, with our weddings, when we do a buffet, the customer never touches more, and this has gone for 30 years, customer does not touch more than the plate. They hold the plate out. We have a server on each item on the buffet who scoops, or if you want more chicken or more meat or more beef or whatever. So the customer only handles their plate, and they're not handling a ladle from person to person.
So, what do you see in terms of new restrictions and business challenges that you or the restaurant industry um, is going to be facing? Because you are going to have increased costs in terms of cleaning and products that you will have to be supplying and doing more frequently. So, what do you see as what are some of the challenges that you anticipate?
Well, I think we have to look at the restaurant industry in Syracuse at different levels. I am far different than an Olive Garden or a place that's trying to turn tables several times a night. I don't turn tables several times a night now, and I don't plan on then. What our new when this started before they shut us down, our new model was each table was totally naked when the customer sat down. The fresh dishware and everything came from a sterilized station from the dishwashing station, so everything came out fresh. We don't do caddies with different condiments or anything like that. So, and we already have the built-in spacing, into our model. So, yeah, I do hope they do not request customers to enter a restaurant with masks. I think that's that will crush the business. That will not be good. I feel that the takeout business will be strong on top of that. And even now, if I were allowed to seat one group family in each of my different dining areas, which I would have 4 different dining areas, I could seat a family and did turn that table twice a night. That'd be another 8 or 9 tables on top of the takeout I'm doing. It works. Doesn't work for Olive Garden, doesn't work for Texas Roadhouse, but can work for the smaller restaurants. I think if we go to an all reservation system, that what's going to happen is you're going to see a balance of flow, that people are going to go out on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We've always worked on reservations for table seating. So people are going to realize, hey, let's not wait till Friday and go, because Friday everybody else is going to want to. So I think you're going to see if they go to a 25 or 50% level, more balance throughout the 7-day week for a lot of restaurants.
That's it. That's interesting to look at it in that perspective. And it's actually probably better for businesses when you have that consistency, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, that's my model better, because I'm only operating now with the new thing. Unless we're doing an event, I operate with one chef and one dishwasher and one waiter, and I've always treated our tables like tea times on a golf course. You can only on a golf course only one foursome can tee off at a time, but we do the same thing with dinner. The chef can only cook one dinner, do it properly. So we try to put a 10 to 12-minute spacing between sitting of our tables, and we always have done that.
Okay. And what do you see on the horizon for Central New York as we get to the other end of the pandemic and start opening businesses again?
I think Main Street is going to blow up fantastic. I think you're going to find probably less jewelry stores in the big boxes. So therefore, those jewelers are going to need something. So they're going to come rent a little storefront and open up maybe 1 or 2 showcases and do some repair work. I think you're going to see more small shoe stores, and we've got some nice fashion boutique in town. I think Main Street's going to be very. People are going to want to go where there's not bigger crowds. They're going to like the smaller areas like Skinny Atlas and Fayetteville and Baldwinsville. But I also see there's going to be, from the big boxes, there's going to be a shortage of supplies of clothing and diversity for them to even fill their shelves to justify having the square footage they have, because obviously the supply lines have switched to masks in a lot of cases, so there aren't fall fashions and summer fashions coming out now. I have a space now that I've been showing to several people. I had someone opening up a kids clothing store / coffee and cookies. It's got a little kitchen, it's got the grease trap, really beautiful space. And so I've had a lot of people even during this looking at business opportunities.
That's great. That's good to hear. Thank you, Dennis. Thanks for spending some time with me. I appreciate it. And everyone, please stay healthy during this challenging time. Every one of us has been impacted, but we will persevere as a community. We are resilient. Thank you very much.
Thank you.